All right.
Welcome.
Live.
We are live. And it's episode 110.
Hot Shot Secret Studio.
That's where we're at.
Well, yeah.
I'm getting caught up here.
Oh.
You're supposed to carry this part.
All right. So, as Kyle said, we are on episode 110. We made it 109 episodes and wowed you each and every time.
Yeah. And we got a wow today.
We do have
Product
a wow.
feature. You folks see it? G56. It's here.
I know.
Let's do it.
Wow.
All right. So the new G56
we're on
is
it.
out. I'm guessing that Levi has it up on the website for sale already. Of course he does. Of course he does. He beats everybody to the sale. So for all of you G56 six-speed manual transmission guys that have had pains with that transmission, it's been in I think all of the Ram trucks from it's probably in front of me somewhere, 05, I think, to 18. I know it's in some Mercedes-Benz trucks. They use it as well, if you didn't know that. I'm educating you.
I did know that.
You did know that, okay.
Yeah, it's a Mercedes-Benz transmission.
Well, there you go. So let's start off with, what is the G56 transmission fluid?
What is it? That's an interesting question.
I thought it was too. Well, why is this needed? Why is this a needed product?
So,
let's look at it that way.
Because our friends from the Mopar,
Careful.
right, decided to go with an on-the-shelf fluid for their transmission.
Right.
Easy peasy, done. It didn't necessarily provide the protection that it should have.
Right.
So, especially after you upgrade clutch, flywheel, and throw some more injectors and boost and get rowdy, there's some severe issues with that transmission.
Right. And they look at it the OEMs look at it from a numbers game.
Absolutely.
And there's just not a lot of G56 transmissions that they build. So when they get into stuff where they have to evaluate the servicing of these vehicles, and they've got how many thousands of Dodge dealerships across the country.
Right.
Well, if they look at it as saying, well, if we designed fluid for it, now we need to require every dealership across the nation to stock this fluid that's going to sit there a lot because there's not that many trucks out there. But you know what they all have on the shelf?
ATF plus 4.
ATF plus 4. So pour it in and send it.
Let her rip.
And
Yeah.
they know out of the gate
Yeah, absolutely.
that it could be designed better. And so what are some of the issues that these G56 guys see with when they're running ATF plus 4?
There's a lot of issues. Most temperatures, one.
Get hot. Christopher Hyde, Stitch Cole says, hey, Christopher Hyde says, I recently changed the fluid in my NV 5600 and my 03 Ram 2500. I later added FR3 to it, and it was a noticeable difference in how much smoother it shifted. I was actually able to float gears, which I have never been able to do before adding the FR3. Awesome.
Just wait till 50,000 more miles when he's ready to change again and our synchromesh fluid's out.
Ooh.
What?
You think he needs 50,000 miles before that happens?
You're like, send it now.
Yep. And the truth is, Christopher, we do have a synchromesh that I think really almost got started about the same time. It was kind of similar time, right?
I think so.
So
It's been a while.
So as long as this was taking, the synchromesh is even taking longer. But speaking of synchromesh, you probably know that's also a transmission they use in race cars, and especially road course cars, like USMC Racing.
Just like them.
So those guys have beat the crap out of that fluid.
Yes, they have.
and like I said, it's kind of unique for us. It's when we like our products tested, we like them tested to the absolute brink, because if we can hold up in the harshest environment possible, then we feel really comfortable that your daily driver who you're driving.
24 hours of lemons, perhaps?
And the 24 hours of lemons. So it's not only just, Christopher says, I'm going to run some FR3 in my 5.9 Cummins, but wanted to know, does the FR3 have some cleaning properties to it, or does the Stiction Eliminator only have the cleaning properties? That's an excellent question.
That is a lovely question.
We get it all the time. And there seems to be, I'm going to confuse you, then unconfuse you.
Whoa.
It's part of our two-step process on the oil side is Stiction Eliminator in your first oil change, and then you could follow that up with FR3 and the next 2 to 3 oil changes before you need to go back to a maintenance dosage of the stiction eliminator. The truth is they both have cleaning and lubricating properties. Right. That's what makes, that's the USP of our products here, is that a lot of the other oil side cleaners on the market are very harsh. They're, what's the word I'm looking for? Solvents. They're solvent based. So that's why when you clean out your motor, you got to dump it.
5 minutes tops.
Yeah, it's like, get it out of there. Yeah. So, and they don't do a bad job of cleaning.
No.
They're not.
Right. I mean,
meh. But they're also heavy solvents, and they're not good for the motor or your bushings or anything in there. So what separates our products, especially on the cleaning side, on the oil side, is that we can lubricate and clean at the same time. And that's just tough to do. We do it with magic. Truth is, we do it with Group 4, Group 5 esters and, some really high-end oils, whereas rather than using a solvent. So the best way to explain the difference between the two, stiction eliminator and FR3, is that let's just say the balance of those two are a little bit different. Right. The stiction eliminator has much more of the heavy cleanser in it, and stiction eliminator has FR3 in it. So you're going to get all the benefits of the FR3 when you're running stiction eliminator. When you switch over to FR3, there is enough cleansing properties. Brent Hilliard says, tune in late. How often maintenance dose of stiction eliminator in a 6-liter, 15-quart capacity using your Green Diamond full synthetic? Brent, that is an excellent question, because that's a very educated user question. And for a few reasons. Earlier, we were kind of talking about clean engine, you're running FR3, you're still good to go. Now we're talking about a Huey injector that needs a little extra attention.
A little extra attention.
It does. They're sensitive little fellers.
That's right.
So they need a little caressing, So Brent's done a good job. He's cleaned them out with stiction eliminator. He's running our Green Diamond full synthetic, which has the FR3 in it, which is going to do its job to keep those Huey injectors clean. But he's wise and says, you know what? I know I still want to throw some stiction in every once in a while at a maintenance dosage, which is 2 ounces per quart of oil rather than the full clean out dosage of 4 ounces per quart of oil. So if he's already cleaned it out,
check.
He's running Green Diamond full synthetic with FR3 in it,
check.
How often does he need to throw some stiction in there?
Every 3 to 4 oil changes.
And you'd put a 2 ounce to 1 quart dosage in?
Definitely.
Yep.
Maintenance dose.
And no need to add FR3 as long as you're running.
It's already in the oil.
It's already in there, blended at 5%, right? 1.6 ounces. The number. So there you go, Brent. You're doing it all right. Keep it up. Do a clean out dosage, a maintenance dosage. But before that, I do want to swing back to the G56 real quick. Is there anything that we need to button up with this? I know it's ready for market. Am I mistaken? What's the capacity size of these? I know I'm mixing this up with the synchro mesh. Those are pretty small.
Most of the time.
Capacity
depends on the transmission.
Okay.
Like
what about the G56?
The Tremix are
right.
tiny.
The race version, yeah.
Yeah. The new Ventures are fairly large.
Okay.
6 quart. Capacity is 6 quarts for the G56. So we will have them available in gallons and quarts, so you can buy a gallon and 2 quarts.
Nice.
Most is a lot of folks overfill by 1 quart to try to get rid of that rollover noise. That was one of their attempts.
Do you recommend that?
I'm trying to do it without it.
Right.
That's the fun.
Right.
Well, that's not really fixing the issue.
Yeah, you're just kind of putting a Band-Aid on.
Yeah, so
it's like putting some stabilizer.
I know, and a lot of I won't name the exact brand that builds clutches and flywheels, but they always recommend 7 quarts.
Really?
Like, well, you upgraded our clutch, put 7 quarts in it. So I'm not gonna.
Or use Hot Shots G56 fluid that's specifically designed for your transmission.
And try only 6.
And I don't want to fail to mention, we also have FR3 out here, and that's for a reason. There's FR3 in here.
Of course there is.
Absolutely. And why do we put FR3 in this fluid?
We put it in anything oil side.
Yeah, we sure do.
It's proven it works.
So, out of all the elements of building the G56 fluid, I can theorize how FR3 would actually help in all 3 of those aspects. We talked about getting into gear. We talked about the rollover.